Hey ANPers, this is Dr. Jones checking in. This is ANP1 Lecture Test 2 video, Jake's Notes 13. And we're on Noteset page 19, which is section 5.7. Looks like this for me. Sebaceous and sweat glands are exocrine glands. Whoa, hello, there it went. There she blows. All right, so sebaceous glands, which are oil glands, secrete sebum. Sebum is skin oil or scalp oil. So the T-zone thing, sebaceous glands. And they are holocrine glands because the entire cell explodes. They produce the vernix caseosa, which is found on newborns, and it protects their skin. It's that white stuff on a newborn. Seborrheic dermatitis is inflammation of active sebaceous glands, which sounds excruciating. Is it better to immediately wipe the vernix caseosa off of a newborn or leave it to protect their skin? Leave it. Rub it in. Rub it into their skin. I mean, wipe the blood off, but rub the vernix in because you cannot buy a better moisturizer. My midwife had joked about using the vernix I'm certain she was joking. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it's a great moisturizer, and don't scrape it off the baby and then put artificial, all kinds of chemically crap. The vernix is the best thing for the newborn, so rub it in gently. Their first little baby massage. They're so cute. And you found the sebaceous glands. The sebaceous glands are often attached to the hair follicles, although they can also be not attached to the hair follicles. So, next are the sweat glands, and there are two kinds of sweat glands. Let's see what we've got here. Sudoriferous. So sudor, S-U-D-O-R, means sweat. So all of the sweat glands are sudoriferous. Not a fun word. Okay, so the apocrine glands, let's make me smaller. Oh, there, out of the way. The apocrine sweat glands are found in the axilla, areola, and pubis. And we just talked about the axilla, areola, and pubis when we talked about terminal hairs that grow during puberty. Also, at puberty, the apocrine sweat glands begin secreting their products into the hair follicles at puberty. And it's not that the products of the apocrine sweat glands stink. It's that you have bacteria that live on your skin. Everyone does. It's part of being alive. And the bacteria eat the sweat, and they break it down, and the breakdown is what we call BO. So that's why it starts at puberty, is because that's when we start secreting from our apocrine sweat glands. And are they merocrine, apocrine, or holocrine? Yeah, they're not apocrine. So when they named them, they thought they were apocrine. That's why they're named apocrine sweat glands, but they're actually merocrine secretion. So that's a thing. And, oh, why do the secretions stink so much? We already said the bacteria break down the secretions into stinky waste products. And different bacteria make different smells, and that's why everyone sweat smells a little different. So there you go. And then we have merocrine, which are now called eccrine sweat glands. And they secrete the products directly onto the skin surface, right here. And there's the gland making the sweat. Excuse me. And they are located all over the body, especially the palms of the hand and the soles of the feet. What else have we said about the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet? That's right, we said that's the location of the thick skin, which has a thicker stratum corneum and an extra layer, which is the clear layer, the stratum lucidum. So, and also they sweat more. And your sweat is water, salts, and organic compounds. And that is called sensible perspiration, the sweat from your eccrine sweat glands. And it functions to cool the skin, excrete water and electrolytes, and flush microorganisms and harmful chemicals from the skin. Let's see what else I have written down. It's 99% water and salt. The pH is 4 to 6.8. So what is 4 to 6.8? Is that acidic or basic? That's right, that is acidic. That is acidic. Any number smaller than 7 for pH is acidic, and anything bigger than 7 is basic. So that's how you can tell if someone is basic. That was a joke. It didn't seem like enough time to call a video, so let's continue this on the next page. Here's where we write the functions on the next page. We've got 3 bullets here. Cool the skin. To decrease body temperature, the evaporation cools the skin. And you can sweat up to 1 gallon an hour. That's a lot. It excretes water and electrolytes. Electrolytes are salts, in case I did not say before. And protection from microorganisms. And it has dermacidin, which is an antibiotic. Dermacidin. Remember, a C with an E-I or a Y after it says S, and not the hard K. Have we had that conversation? C with an A or an O or U makes a hard K. Cat, cot, cut, or a consonant. Club. But a C with an E, I, or Y after it, I'm going to do an E first. Ceiling, I-N-G. I can spell and Y. There you go, cycle. So a C with an E, I, or Y after it makes the soft S sound, like an S. City, saline, cycle. So dermacidin. Okay. What's the difference between deodorants and antiperspirants? Deodorants decrease bacteria and mask odor, whereas antiperspirants tend to be aluminum and they plug the ducts and constrict the pores, so that those wastes and salts and all of that stuff get stuck in your pores and can't be excreted. So aluminum deodorants antiperspirants are not as good for you, but again, informed consent. We live in Texas. Yeah. But if you can find a non-aluminum antiperspirant that works for you, go with that, or a deodorant that's non-aluminum that gets rid of the stink. It is better for you. And I use aluminum deodorant, but I buy my children a non-aluminum. So. Okay, and the other integumentary glands. The mammary glands make milk. And we've talked about this, yeah. We talked about the WHO guidelines, the World Health Organization, not Dr. Who, that's a different thing entirely. The World Health Organization recommends that all babies be exclusively breastfed, and exclusively breastfed means just breast milk. No food, no water, no milk, no formula for the first 6 months. And that they continue to be breastfed along with appropriate complementary solid foods up to the age of 2 years. Okay. And so these are, of course, guidelines, informed consent. You make the choice about what works best for you and your family. There are some immutable rules that cannot be broken, though. Before the age of 1, your options are breast milk and formula. Before the age of 1, you do not feed baby cow's milk or goat's milk or hemp milk or some formula recipe you found off the interwebs, especially not some formula recipe you found off the interwebs. Okay, formula breast milk until the age of 1. Then you can switch to goat milk or hemp milk or almond milk or something with less nutrition than breast milk or formula. Okay. Also, you do not feed an infant under the age of 1 honey because botulism. We had this conversation. Honey has botulism spores in it. Past the age of 1, it's not enough botulism spores to make you sick. Under the age of 1, that's a risk we are not willing to take. So no honey before the age of 1. Okay. All right. And I'm also supposed to say that the mammary glands make and release the milk. There's different hormones for that, but we'll do that next semester. And that's how you feed the baby. And that if your baby is born preemie, you make special preemie milk with like extra fats and proteins just to help them grow. They're so cute. And then if you have a full-term baby, you make regular baby milk. And then as they get to toddler, you make toddler milk. And so the milk your body makes actually responds to their nutritional needs over time. And did you know, have you ever like caught yourself like kind of compulsively like kissing babies like forehead? No, just me. Okay. Smell their heads? Oh, it's addictive. But when you are kissing baby's forehead as a breastfeeding mother, you are sampling the microorganisms on their skin, the germs that they have been exposed to, and then your body makes antibodies to those germs and it expresses them through the milk to protect a baby from the germs in their environment. Did you know that? That's so cool. Okay. But before the age of 1, your options are formula and breast milk. Formula and breast milk are the right answers. Okay. No honey. All right. And ceruminous glands. These are your earwax glands. And so they're in your external ear canal and they make cerumen, which is earwax, and it helps protect the eardrum. If you get like bugs in your ear, something crawls in there, you'll coat it in earwax so that it won't scratch your insides, which are very delicate. So that's what that's for. And how are sweat glands involved in negative feedback? Well, thermoregulation. When you're hot, you sweat. The eccrine sweat evaporates, and the evaporation cools, and also vasodilation. So when you're cold, you will stop sweating, and then vasoconstriction happens. So we will start with nails. We'll do nails in its own video, which should be about 1.5 pages. So this has been ANP 1, lecture test 2, and video. No, we did the sweat glands and 19 and 20. So this was 13, 19 and 20, and that leaves 20 and 21 for video 14. Video 14 will be Noteset 20 and 21. All right. Thank you as always for tuning in. It's so good to virtually see you here. The education must go on. Dr. J out.